Recording in progress.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We've all had a chance to take a look at our regular agenda. Do I have a motion to approve said agenda?
I'll move.
Thank you, John.
Second.
Mr. Giefer. Thank you all. Kim?
Councilmember Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
Councilmember Bragg.
Aye.
Councilmember Kiefer. Councilmember Tufti.
Aye.
Mayor Huber.
Aye. Thank you. You've all had a chance to take a look and go over the consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda, please?
Motion.
Mr. Giefer, second, please.
Second.
Mr. Rogg.
Councilmember Mark.
Aye.
Councilmember Bragg.
Aye.
Councilmember Kiefer.
Aye.
Councilmember Tufti.
Aye.
Mayor Huber.
Aye. Thank you, Kim. Brad, you lucky guy, is not here with us tonight. Jennifer Swanson has a consideration of ordinance number 2023-80, the ordinance repealing our temporary moratorium on outside storage that we passed in order to work on that. Did you hear me, Jen?
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, I heard just a little part of it. Once
Oh,
again,
okay. I just described that we were going to be looking at repealing the temporary moratorium we had put in place in order to work on the storage ordinance.
Perfect.
Okay,
Yeah,
real
Mr.
good.
Mayor, members of the council, it's very straightforward.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, very straightforward. We're just pulling that moratorium off because we've improved it. Now people can go ahead and move forward under those new rules. So, unless there are any questions, I would entertain a motion.
I move to pass resolution number 2023-26.
Second.
Real good. Kim?
Councilmember Mark.
Aye.
Councilmember Bragg.
Aye.
Councilmember Kiefer.
Aye.
Councilmember Tufti.
Aye.
Mayor Huber.
Aye. Fantastic. And then right underneath that is a consideration of the resolution 2337, the summary publication of ordinance. As you know, we've already voted on that new storage ordinance, so this would allow us to save some money and publish it in a fewest number of words. Unless there are any questions for this publication, I would request a first and a second, please. Mr.
Motion.
Giefer, do I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Bob.
Councilmember Mark.
Aye.
Councilmember Bragg.
Aye.
Councilmember Kiefer.
Aye.
Councilmember Tufti.
Aye.
Mayor Huber.
Aye. Jennifer, it was so nice to see you. We only have one left. 2327, the Gateway Development Agreement.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. As you all know, we approved a major subdivision, which was called the Gateway. I think it changed names actually halfway through the project. And there were some public improvements that were associated with that project that were memorialized via a development agreement. And the development agreement also included some information and requirements about a letter of credit being submitted to warrant that the work would be completed with respect to what was in the subdivision, and then obviously then the ultimate development agreement. So from that perspective, the city engineer has taken a look at it. All the improvements actually are installed. They've been completed. So from that perspective, from our city side, we believe that the development agreement has essentially been completed. We would like to formally accept those improvements. And basically, by doing so, it says that the responsibilities under the development agreement have been completed, and the developer is no longer responsible. So that development agreement is essentially complete, or it's done. So before you this evening is a resolution that indicates that it does allow then for the developer to record that resolution, that then obviously as title transfers, et cetera, it very clearly states that those responsibilities under the development agreement had been completed. So once again, it's relatively straightforward. The city engineer has taken a look at it and does believe that the improvements have been installed to his satisfaction. They comply with our city specifications. So from that perspective, this is sort of an administrative step to complete that process. So with that, Mr. Mayor, members of the council, I will turn it back over to you for questions.
Right. Well, that's pretty straightforward, Jennifer. They've done everything they said they were going to do on the Gateway development across from the high school parking lot there. So the place looks good. Looks like they're just finishing up some construction, but all of the public improvements seem to be done according to the engineer. So would go ahead and entertain a resolution on 2330, which one was it? I lost it. 27, thank you. 2023-27, the Gateway Development Agreement. Do I have a motion to accept?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Bob.
Councilmember Carr,
Aye.
Councilmember Rob,
Aye.
Councilmember Kiefer,
Aye.
Councilmember Tufti,
Aye.
Mayor Huber.
Aye. Merry Christmas, Jennifer. We won't see you.
She's not coming to
Happy
the
holidays. Thanks.
holiday party?
What? Yeah, anyway.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Okay, let's keep going on. Do we have our city attorney with us tonight or no? Oh.
Is he gonna be here?
Let's hope. It's a long way to Wisconsin, Tom. The radio waves go real slow, back and forth. Yeah, really slow.
That's probably because the sales tax is 3% less than ours. It probably just brings it all right down.
Probably damn right.
Probably all the traffic, people running over.
Just can't buy clothes there.
across the
Can't
river
buy
to
clothes there, Tom.
Get less stuff.
Don't buy clothes there, Tom. I'll get you if you buy clothes there. It's weird when you really look at different states and their taxing regimes, what they tax and what they don't.
Polk County's 5%.
Seriously?
Yep.
He will be with us shortly.
Well, good. We'll wait for our professional to get here and try not to make it too boring.
Skipped it.
Mr. Mayor, council members, would you like to begin the agenda item?
We can begin the agenda item there, but why not just skip it and go right into the liquor licenses and come back to Nick? Can we not do that?
No, because he's getting on right now.
Oh, is he getting on right
Don't
now?
want to introduce it, that's fine. We'll do
No,
it later.
nope. We'll let Nick introduce it. He can talk about it for a second, and then I will talk about it for a
I don't know,
second.
we've been hard at it for 15 minutes.
I know,
We gotta
it's
get going.
tough. That's
You guys have
tough.
been hard at it since 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, well, you know, it's the whole people think I get paid by the words I say and how long I keep these gentlemen here, but it's really about the decisions. So the faster you can make them, the better.
Yeah.
Make a decision and go. Now, if I could get paid by the word, that would be different. I do a lot of
You would be here by yourself.
that. I know, for like, so like 3.
All right.
Yeah, like 3 or 4. Fantastic. He is coming. Wow.
We could have done the liquor licenses.
No, you can't. The clerk says you cannot skip those things, and I follow the clerk's advice because she knows a little bit more
Here
about
he
this stuff
is.
than I do. I know when I'm outclassed.
There he is.
Nick, you with us?
I am.
Fantastic, Nick. I'm waiting for you to kind of introduce us a little bit. You can discuss I don't know, whatever you'd like to discuss about this before we move forward on this one.
Sure, happy to do so. Thank you, Mr. Mayor and members of the council. So what you have before you is relates to the plan commission, and really the question of whether you retain the plan commission in its current state, or whether you disband the group, keeping the plan commission as your ordinance would state, but ultimately allow for planning applications to come directly to the council. And some of you may recall that we did this a number of years ago, when I was advising the council previously as the city attorney. And sometimes in smaller communities, when you have land use applications that arise infrequently, or when you have challenges securing plan commission members, or just when the plan commission is meeting infrequently, that it can be inefficient to have a separate plan commission. And so state law would allow you to act ultimately as that planning body. There's no requirement that you have a separately appointed plan commission. And so what I've drafted for you is a directive ultimately which would disband the plan commission membership and allow the city council to hear those applications directly. It's the start of a conversation, and ultimately it's within the discretion of the city council to make a determination on this issue from a policy perspective. But at least as I understand it, this has been a bit of a concern as of late, just given the infrequency of applications and the number of folks that you've got on your commission. So at that, I'm happy to take any questions.
In the past, we've had rather large planning commissions. We had all kinds of people wanted to be on there, and I'm not sure whether it's the economy or what's happening in Grant, but it has dwindled severely. And our chair is a great chair. I don't want to lose him in the future, but he travels for business extensively. And with only 4 people, I think this is probably the right decision at this point. How difficult is it? Describe to me the process in the planning in order to reconstitute our planning commission when development agreements start coming in hot and heavy. How do we do that, Nick?
It's a simple resolution, just changing the process. So, effectively by this process, we are saying that planning applications will come to you. And if this council decides that it wants to reconstitute the plan commission, presumably you would make that or take that action and then advertise for the position again. So this isn't permanent. This isn't saying you will never have a plan commission again. It's not saying that you don't want a plan commission. Frankly, for efficiency purposes, the decision would be to forego a plan commission for now, until such time, either when there's a greater level of interest, or when you have more planning applications that require more detailed work on a regular basis, such that the recommendation of a separate commission is beneficial and efficient to the process.
Yeah, I was on the planning commission. There can be an awful lot of work involved in it with 4 members and a traveling chair for his business, again, through no fault of his own. I think it's unfair to hold those guys to the requirements of this. And the council with staff here every time is certainly capable of doing these just as efficiently and just as quickly. So, any questions for our attorney? John?
Yeah, I mean, when you say that you could reconstitute it, I guess we would have to go through advertising again, because all these people would be, basically said that we don't need them anymore, and some of them may not want to come back. Some people, different people might want to be on. And so, my thought process is you would lose a lot of experience potentially if somebody says, well, we don't need you anymore. And that would probably leave a sour taste in the people who are currently there.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
more
that's,
So, I mean, how do you reconstitute?
yeah,
with
that's a political question.
How do you reconstitute without having to advertise and lose the people that you have? I mean, can you keep the same people, just put them on the back burner and say you're still on the planning commission, however, we will see you in 3 months or something like that, 4 months, 5 months? You know what I mean? You hate to lose them if you disband it. So how can you go around that without disbanding, just to keep them there so that they know that they're still part of it?
well, from my perspective, that's part of the policy calculus here, is that you want to maintain good communication with those folks, and the message isn't we're disbanding because we don't value what you're doing. And I think to the mayor's point, the question is, more so you're creating a burden on 4 folks that are there currently, and you may want them in all likelihood involved in the future, but it's not efficient the way that it's set up right now, or it's kind of sporadic in terms of when they may be needed. And so I think, if you move in this direction from a policy perspective, which is your decision wholly, it's a matter of saying to these folks, we do value you, and we value your time, and we value your contributions. We don't want you to be used on a sporadic or infrequent basis. And we'd love to call you back when we've got more regular planning applications and work, so that, you're not working only when these things pop up, when they arise, whenever development happens, or whenever a recommendation is needed. So from my perspective, it's just clear communication about the why here and the reason you're moving in this direction, as opposed to simply disbanding without rationale.
Kim, did you have a point to make?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor and council members, I will just point out how it's been handled in the past. The city would absolutely advertise in the paper for taking applications, but the current councilor or PC members would be asked to just send me an email saying they would like to serve again, and it would be that simple, and that's how we have handled it in the past.
When we had to do this before we disbanded, that was for completely different reasons. And council handled the load. I believe we brought back in a couple of those later on, I don't remember, but certainly the phone calls I'm gonna make in the morning, I only have to make it to 3 of them, because one of them already understands, he's never off an airplane, so he gets it. The other 3, I will explain to him, it has nothing to do with them, it's the fact that we're spending resources, we're taking these people and trying to get 4 of them together on sometimes, short notice for a guy running a business, you know that, John. And it's not fair, and frankly, there's really not a need right now. So this is the only way that I know how to do this at this point, and it makes sense. It makes sense to just reconstitute it later on.
Well,
Tom?
Well, John can go. John, you want to rebut? Go ahead.
I will. So, instead of doing what we have in front of us, which, I didn't even know this was happening because I don't recall it being talked about. But I guess the point is that, if they go every 3 months or 4 months, I think they'll understand that. And they all say, Kim will say, you know what, this one's canceled. And then next month, well, this one's canceled. I think they would understand that more than getting a call saying it's disbanded. So I would think that if I was in the planning commission, and I understand that, 2 months in a row or 3 months in a row, we didn't get any applications, therefore we don't meet. I get it, but I'm still part of it. And I think they would rather hear something like that than saying, we are disbanding, and then if you want to do this in, I don't know, we get a few more in 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, then we'll get you back in. Instead of just saying, you know what, we don't have anything, you're all still part of it, but we don't have anything for 3 or 4 months, no meetings. And I think they would rather be that. I know if I was in the planning commission and we didn't have meetings and I just don't come, I'm okay with that. But to get a call and say, yeah, we're disbanding the planning commission and you don't have to come anymore, I think that would leave a sour taste in my mouth if I was in the planning
I
commission.
hope to God I could say it a little bit better than
No,
that.
I'm just saying though,
Yeah.
I think they would probably,
Yeah.
they would probably just, Kim, you don't have meetings, they don't come.
Tom, yeah, understood.
Yeah,
John,
well,
Tom.
pretty much, I'll go to John's point since it's
Yep.
fresh, and I got a bunch
Yep.
of questions I gotta ask, but,
Yep.
so to John's point, yes, I think that's a poor way to treat people that have volunteered for the job, and whether or not they can make it or not, it feels like right now we're talking about, we're speaking for the trees, because I've talked to one, well, actually 2, and I don't know about the chair, cause I've never really talked to him, but, and I think one of them that I've talked to doesn't necessarily wanna be off the planning commission, and, so, I think we need to talk to them. Now, does the city council make the final decision? Yeah, we make the decision. In fact, during the year, we could say, yeah, we could give you that one, but we're gonna take that one as a city council. We're not, we've done it before, though, we have done. Yeah, we have. Yeah.
That's more insulting than just saying.
No,
we're
we
putting it
haven't, we
down.
got yelled at because
Okay,
we did it.
Mr.
Yeah,
Mayor and
that's
council members, I
insulting.
am gonna say right there are only certain things that
That's what I'm saying.
can be
I know, but
bypassed the PC.
I understand that, but
Yes.
at the time, the planning commission said, why didn't we get that?
But you
So,
can't pick and choose.
No, whatever. So anyway, my point is that there's been some of that too. So, prognostication coming up, Kim, so you're saying that we're probably not gonna be getting, doesn't look like we got a lot of applications in the pipeline or anything like that? Not much? So, okay, so that would make what Nick's talking about, not a lot of stuff going on.
How many times have we advertised? Twice? 3 times?
We advertise every year.
Well, I'm not talking about that, I'm talking about how many applications we have
We
coming up that
advertise
we're gonna
every year,
need for the PC. So not a lot in the pipeline for that.
Right.
Okay. So yeah, I would be kinda curious to see what the planning commission members wanted to do, and I think just calling them up and telling them we're I'm personally not gonna vote yes for this right now, because I thought we were gonna talk about it, but I didn't think I'd have a resolution to vote on. Could we do it? Sure. I don't think I'm ready to do that without actually talking to the planning commission myself, telling them, thank you for your service, thank you for serving. And then the other thing, this resolution, it talks about disbandment. Why do we need to have that in there? To John's point, why can't, and your Kim's point, we just send an email, so why can't we just say that the city council is now gonna take over all the public hearings without disbanding the planning commission? Do you have to have disbandment before we can just say we're gonna do it? You do?
Yeah, because you currently have appointed members to the plan commission. So you have to do something with those appointed members. And it doesn't make a lot of sense to simply say we're going to leave you as appointed members, but bypass you and not utilize our committee structures. So, I mean, practically speaking, if you're going to move in this direction, you would disband the group. You would keep the plan commission. You're not eliminating the plan commission from the committee structure, but you're just disbanding the group so that it doesn't have membership. And you're taking the position that the city council is going to hear all planning applications.
Okay, so that would be the proper way. You couldn't just say we're just gonna, okay. I just had a question.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mr. Mayor and council members, I will also point out that, when there is a meeting, it's kind of frustrating when the packet goes out a week ahead of time. That's when I find out that
can't make
Yeah.
it.
they can't make it, we don't have a quorum. The public hearing has already been published in the newspaper.
Yep.
Which has to be redone, and you run into time limits with taking action on these applications.
Yeah, your time limits, like when we start going over our escrows, because the time limits aren't respected, stuff like that.
That's where it costs money in the
Yeah.
publication. So, I had a couple of people ask me, like, what's the cost savings? I think we just talked about two of them right here.
I have one more point, if I could, Mr. Mayor.
You done?
Well, go ahead, Tom.
Well, it's just a quick point. So I had somebody talking about, well, this is gonna take more, you're gonna have a council meeting, and then you have a public hearing, and then you go, I mean, we can have a public hearing and then go right into a vote, can't you, at one meeting? So that's less meetings for the applicant.
Oh, well, we
Not
can make
more.
this, yeah, we can make this real fast.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Real
saying.
fast.
So it's less cost, less meeting, less time.
You and I have
less-
done this before.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So I hear what's gonna be more meetings, well, maybe it'll be less meetings. We don't know. But yeah,
Yeah,
so.
no, it'll be much more efficient.
Yeah, no, I
Trust
know
me.
that from
Yeah, trust me.
when we did
Much
it
more
before, but again, my thing is the.
Did you want to continue, and then John?
Well, I just wanna say, my only concern is for the members we have, per John's point.
We will be very sensitive to
Yeah.
explain to them that disbanding is the process and the law by which we do this. And we are not saying anything negative to them whatsoever.
No,
But
but
it's
when you
not
said,
fair to them.
no,
Yeah,
but when you said
and
we,
then-
I think that means the council, not just.
I don't know.
Depends on how you vote. What I'll do is I'll name the voting members, and then they'll know who, because I'll be super sensitive. John?
Well,
In the, in what we have in the planning commission, it says 5 to 7. And if it's 5 to 7, and we have a quorum, can't be 4, because we have 5, so the quorum would be 3. So we gotta make sure that we are using the proper term quorum if it's 5 to 7, and if we had 5, the quorum would be 3. So we don't have 7, we have 4. So the quorum for 5 would be 3 of those 4. You don't need 4 to make a decision, you need 3.
Okay.
That's the way I'm looking at this. So again, when we do have stuff, you don't have to have 4 there when we only have 4. You need 3.
yeah, right.
So just don't get that lost and say, listen, we don't have 4 there, so we're gonna disband them. You only need 3. Okay? So before we disband, let's look at when there's 3 there, that's a quorum. All right?
Sure.
All right.
I don't think a planning commission should ever be 3 people, frankly. You're making them do that work. The proper course here is to disband, like we've done before, and reconstitute.
I disagree.
That is the proper course.
I disagree.
Then why don't we have 3 people up here?
Well,
We could run the city with 3.
yeah, if 2 people were missing today, yes, you could.
That on a long-term basis does not give the number of voices.
No,
and
and
it
I
does.
agree with that, but I'm just saying, there's only 4 there.
Okay, so
we
quorum's 3, point made, got it. There's still only 4 there. To Kim's point, when they get their packet a week out, I mean, she has no idea whether or not she's got a quorum or not. It's inefficient, it's not working properly. I understand your feelings. I disagree respectfully. And these people would be notified in a way where I think they would totally understand what we're doing. I'm pretty good at explaining this kind of stuff. And, from the conversations I've had with some of these fellows, I just don't think it's gonna be a problem for them. If it is, like Kim said, if they're ready to, if they're ready to serve, all they gotta do is send an email once we reconstitute, and then they're right back in. So, we talked about this last month, it's like, this is completely new. You guys saw this in your packet, right, before we got here?
Yes, we
Oh, you
did.
did, okay.
But this was news to me that we had a resolution. I thought we were gonna talk about it.
Okay, well, we are talking about it, with the resolution in front of us, so then we can make a decision
We
based
can-
upon that, right?
If
Yeah,
it
go ahead.
does, if it doesn't get a motion, then, you know,
It's
if
dead,
it
you know?
motions and it doesn't pass, it
Yeah.
doesn't pass.
Doesn't
It-
pass, yeah.
Mr. Mayor, council members, I just will add to your discussion and then certainly do what you're going to do, but it is very also unfair to our video tech, who never knows month to month. He can't take on other jobs, as well as the
He's
planner.
stuck.
At times, she is double booked and, then can't make one meeting or another. It's
You just swayed me in that last final point.
it's not fair. It's unfair to them, I think.
Okay, can I make a?
Yes, you can make a motion and, yes.
I got another comment,
Oh,
though.
Go ahead, one more
Kim,
comment, yeah.
just because my angst is not so much any of this, because I understand all this, and I actually agree with it. My angst is that you're shaking your head, you don't think any of these people that are on the planning commission are gonna care. I don't know that, and, you know, it's one thing to get fired and then have somebody explain it to you, and it's another thing to get explained why we'd like to get rid of it and disband. I mean, it's two different things, to John's point earlier. So you don't think anybody's gonna care?
Mr. Mayor and council
I
members.
don't have that info.
I don't believe that any of the planning commissioners are going to feel like they have been fired, or, in my opinion, I don't think they're gonna be upset.
You don't,
No, I do not.
because I don't work with
That's my
them.
opinion.
Okay. Okay.
No one's being fired. They're putting on a
No, I
furlough.
understand that.
It's a furlough, sort
Well,
of, yeah.
sometimes it's a
furlough.
little, sometimes it's the little things, really, that
Yeah.
get people mad. So,
Well,
Mr. Mayor,
Yeah.
council members, if we could have used the term put on vacation,
Well, here,
if we could have said
Exactly.
put on vacation or put on hiatus, that would be great.
I
but we
nominate
can't.
Mr. Tufty to speak up right now, Bob. Tell me what you,
I was around last time we did this, and I didn't care one bit.
yeah.
And I don't know anybody in the group that did, other than the guy that would never show up for meetings or hold meetings without, or cancel meetings, and nobody knew they were canceled, and that was a problem.
Okay.
And I was right there, but, couldn't do anything about it.
okay?
Yeah, the level of seriousness isn't quite there. I'm gonna go ahead and call the motion. Can I get a first here? Mr. Giefer, I got a
Yeah,
first.
I'll make a motion on resolution 2023-37.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second,
Councilmember Carr,
I'll abstain.
Councilmember Rogg,
Yeah.
Councilmember Kiefer,
Aye.
Councilmember Tufti,
aye.
Mayor Huber.
Aye, yeah. Poor guys. Now they gotta watch all this and I have to go tell them, no, you weren't fired. You were not fired. Please, you were not fired. You're taking a
No,
break.
we
We'll get
always-
you back, guys.
We always thank people for their service, whether
course.
they
Yeah.
resign.
Of
or-
course. My gosh, this has got emotional for a second. It's
No,
ridiculousness.
Proper.
It's
etiquette.
ridiculous. Nick, anything? You wanna follow up on
That's
anything?
it. No,
That's it?
I'm good. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
All right. Hey, thanks for showing up, Nick.
Thanks, Nick.
Have a good one. John, will you do me a favor and start with our, well, you want to do our final 2024 budget, John?
Sure.
All right, let's start there, huh?
Yes, I will move to approve resolution number 2023-29, adopting the final city
Second.
general budget.
All right, we got a second from Mr. Giefer. Kim?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yep.
Councilmember Carr,
He's quiet.
Councilmember Rogg,
Aye.
Councilmember Kiefer.
Aye.
Councilmember Tufti,
Aye.
Mayor Huber.
Aye, thank you. Mr. Rogg.
How about
Levy.
Passing the resolution number 2023-30, establishing the final levy certification, the city's fund.
Got him that time, didn't you?
Councilmember Carr,
Aye.
Councilmember Rogg,
Aye.
Councilmember Kiefer,
Aye.
Councilmember Tufti,
Aye.
Mayor Huber.
Aye, thank you. John, I'm going to ask you to continue and do our liquor
Absolutely.
licenses.
Resolution 2023-31, approval for Mogro doing business as Indian Hills, liquor license.
Second.
Councilmember Carr,
Aye.
Councilmember Rogg,
Aye.
Councilmember Kiefer,
Aye.
Councilmember Tufti,
Aye.
Mayor Huber.
Aye.
Resolution number 2023-32, approve on sale liquor for Kazi's Tavern, doing business as Kazi's Tavern.
Kazi's. You going to hit a second or you want me to?
Second.
Councilmember Carr,
Aye.
Councilmember Rogg,
Aye.
Councilmember Giefer,
Aye.
Councilmember Tufti,
Aye.
Mayor Huber.
Aye.
It is Kazi's, right?
Kazi's, yeah.
Okay.
You got it.
Resolution number 2023-33,
These Kazi's,
approval for Delwood Barn Weddings LLC, liquor license.
Councilmember Carr,
Aye.
Councilmember Rogg,
Aye.
Councilmember Giefer,
Aye.
Councilmember Tufti,
Aye.
Mayor Huber.
Aye.
Okay, resolution number 2023-34, resolution approves on sale liquor for Shoney's Inc., doing business as Gast House Bavarian Hunter.
They're back in business.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Councilmember Carr,
Aye.
Councilmember Rogg,
Aye.
Councilmember Giefer,
Aye.
Councilmember Tufti,
Aye.
Mayor Huber.
Aye.
Approve resolution 2023-35, liquor license Loggers Trail Golf Club.
Second.
Councilmember Carr,
Aye.
Councilmember Rogg,
Aye.
Councilmember Giefer,
Aye.
Councilmember Tufti,
Aye.
Mayor Huber.
Aye. Thank you, Kim.
Resolution 2023-36,
Applewood,
approve on sale liquor Applewood Hills LLC, doing Applewood Hill.
Second.
Councilmember Carr,
Aye.
We got the audit.
Councilmember Rogg,
Aye.
Councilmember Giefer, Councilmember Tufti,
Aye.
Mayor Huber.
Aye, thank you. Let's move to our 2022 audit, which we finally miraculously received. Sharon, would you like to speak about any highlights? No highlights, real good. You've all seen the audit, unless there is a problem with the findings, which I didn't happen to see any in there, except the usuals that we have, segregation, we only have one employee, so we have that one quite often. And then they did have some questions on our leases, but it looks like it was resolved properly. So, if we'd like to accept this 2022 audit, I do need a motion, please.
Motion.
Second.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Councilmember Carr,
Aye.
Councilmember Rogg,
Aye.
Councilmember Giefer,
Aye.
Councilmember Tufti,
Aye.
Mayor Huber.
Aye. Doesn't look like we have any unfinished business, which is good. We got all our work done. Discussion items, doesn't look like we've got anything but Kim, Sharon, and I don't have anybody else up there. So, Ken, you got anything? Doesn't sound like it. Had nothing to say. City council reports, future agenda items, gentlemen. Anything on your mind? Speak up now or forever until next month, hold your peace. Nothing? Okay. Let's move on.
Thanks, Sharon, for doing such a great job.
Yeah, nice job, Sharon.
Yeah, I don't care what anyone says about me.
Can you cause some more problems so we have some?
Yeah, we got something to talk about. Yeah. I remember when we hated all these problems. Now we're trying to make them. I like it. Getting back into the swing of things here.
Actual person to come to.
Sure.
Mr. Giefer, can you do the
Matamita
community
Public
calendar?
Schools Board
Thank
meeting
you.
Thursday, December 14th and December 28th, Matamita District Education Center, 7 p.m. Stillwater Public Schools Board meeting Thursday, December 14th, Stillwater City Hall, 7 p.m. Washington County Commissioners meeting Tuesdays, Government Center, 9 a.m.
Thank you very much. Before we adjourn, I'd just like to state to the residents who may be watching, the League of Minnesota Cities has polled all of the cities in the state, and the average property tax increase was 8.4%. 8.4%. That is the average in the state. Your city of Grant has once again raised taxes 3%. We're barely keeping up with inflation. We do the basic services that need to be done, and we're proud of that. We're proud of our staff. I'm proud of this council. They do the right thing. They keep our city floating, and we're very, very efficient. I have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Councilmember Carr,
Yes.
Councilmember Rogg,
Aye.
Councilmember Giefer,
C.
Councilmember Tufti,
Aye.
Mayor Huber.
Aye. I didn't know I could use Spanish.
We gotta mix it up, you know, keep it fresh.
Jeepers. Spanish.